Alright, yo. I think this is it.
Let's get it.
Hit that, hit that.
CZN.
What you want? What you want? You can pick the time, place, and the restaurant. What you need? What you need? Girl, it's all about you. You can take the lead. What you want? What you want? You can pick the time, place, and the restaurant. What you need? What you need? Girl, it's all about you. You can take the lead.
Girl, I like how you moving. I like how you grooving. Your friend coming with you. All good, all good. I can see what you're proving. I like what you're doing. Your friend got a friend. All good, all good.
What you want? What you want?
Welcome to Future Prospects, guys. This week, we have on the amazing group, the singing group, CZN. CZN, 3 young men that are phenomenal, that are here to share with you their music abilities, their challenges, their ups and downs, and just the great stuff that they're doing to follow your dreams. It's gonna be just incredible, guys. You gotta watch this. Stay tuned. Wanted. I love that song because, oh my God, it was phenomenal. So, folks, they've seen your song, they've seen you, and welcome, guys. You guys are amazing, 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 amazing. So, the song Wanted and CZN. Having you guys on the show has been great. It's really, really great and exciting to me. In words, I'm trying to formulate the words because we've talked off camera. Now, I want you to introduce yourself to the viewers, guys. So, go for it.
Okay, well, my name is CJ, and I'm from, and I'm the CZN, because it's spelled CZN.
I'm Seth Zosky. I come from Toronto, and I am Z, or Z if you're in the US, in CZN.
Okay.
And I'm Matthew Novali Joseph, and I'm the N in CZN.
Oh my God.
I'm also from.
All right, because every time you start a song, you start doing your stuff, and all of a sudden you come in, Matthew, and you go, CZN. I love it. And that handshake that you do is so cool. Like, can you do it? Can you do it? I love it. I love you guys so much. And I honestly can say this on air because when I found out about you was through the competition, which we'll get into that. But it was just amazing just having you guys. So I know about you, but I want you to talk to the viewers who you are. So I'm going to start off with CJ. So CJ, introduce to yourself to the viewers who you are real fast.
Yeah, like I was born in Quebec City, so I actually speak French, English, and some Creole because my parents were born in Haiti, and that's where a lot of my culture and heritage growing up came from. And it's a really strong community, and there's a strong Haitian community in Ottawa. So that's been a big part of me growing up. And the musical aspect of me, like being Haitian and growing up in the church, and like hip hop, R&B has always been a thing for me growing up. So yeah, like I really love interactions and meeting new people, and that really kind of brings up to like who I am as a person, and I care for people, and I want to see the best in everyone.
Well, it comes through in your music, my friend. All right, Matthew, take it away, honey.
Well, I am born in New Jersey in the States. That's where I was born. And then I moved to Georgia for a little bit, and then I moved up to Hamilton. I was chilling there for a bit. That's where I've spent the majority of my life, I'd say, in Hamilton. I am also of Haitian descent. Like my family is all Haitian, and I grew up around a lot of R&B and gospel music as well as Haitian music, and that has kind of informed my musical tastes and the things that I enjoy with music. I think a really big selling point of our group, or a big cornerstone, I guess, would be that we all think music is the universal connector, like the universal communicator. It transcends language barriers, it transcends everything. And I truly think that that was one of the main lessons I've learned throughout my time. And that's one of the main principles I carry myself by. That's a little bit about me.
No, that's awesome, honey. Awesome. Seth, go for it, buddy.
Yeah, so I come from Toronto, and from a very young age, my mom and dad played music for me, especially my mom, and she would play the guitar and sing. And so from when I was born, I just had that in my ear all the time. And so it just came naturally to me at a young age. And I picked up singing, and then I started playing drums at a very young age. And that's when I really just like felt music through me all the time. And I have ever since, and I know it's my passion. And I also truly believe in the power of music. I played music in homeless shelters, in schools, and different places for people with severe disabilities. And I just truly believe that music can really get through to someone and make them happy.
How did you realize that you guys all had a gift to put together this group? How did you all collaborate together? That's the word. Anybody can jump in.
At school, where we all met, we were all doing our individual thing. So in our individual, I guess, kind of genres of music, and our teacher, Mary Lou, she heard us all sing individually, and she just thought, hey, like, I think it would be really cool if you guys came together and made a group. I think you guys can make some pretty cool stuff happen. And so we all kind of like took in the idea, and we're like, okay, maybe let's give this a shot. And we got into the studio together, spent like a couple hours, and then came up with our first single.
Okay, that song "Wanted." Who came up with that? Was that a group decision? Because I love it and only captures girls. But like, who came up with that? I love it. I love it. Come on.
Well, he wrote the hook.
Who did?
I wrote the hook part, so like the what you want, that part. I kind of came up with it, and I was like, I think this could be a pretty cool vibe for us. I think we could hit this. And then we always like interchange and write together for the verses and everything like that. So. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now Seth and Matthew, why the girl part? Okay, CJ came up with the thought, but why is it always about girls and you can bring some friends with you? Like, come on, my son can relate to that. Come on.
I mean, in this day and age, that's what you see a lot of music. I don't know. I think just when we're writing, like. A lot of the times it just like goes there. It's hard to explain. It just goes there, you know.
Well, I think it's our reality. I think right now,
Mm-hmm.
Just you write about what you know and what you feel, and right now,
Mm-hmm.
We're in our early 20s.
Right.
We're social guys. So it's kind of just the life at this point.
That's right, honey. Because I love it, because the reason why I chose that song to represent yourselves, because it can relate to youth. It can relate to young men who have, wants to meet some girls, right? And it's just, who did the video? Who filmed it?
A guy named Nick, who we met through our school, basically.
Right.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
help us out.
Now, was that challenging to do? Like, how did you record it? Because I've done a music video where you had to lip sync. So how was that? Was that different to do? Like,
So we we just basically have the track playing on a speaker and we're singing along to it, so it kind of feels like we're actually singing, and it works out that way.
All right. How many takes? How many takes did it take to do it?
A lot.
Honestly,
That was a day.
It was a full day.
A full day.
was it frustrating a little bit?
It was more fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
than anything.
What did you enjoy about it, guys? This is your platform, hon. This is your platform. What did you enjoy about creating your music, your sound, putting it out there in the world?
I feel like the collaboration aspect of it, like working with these guys is always like so dope to just create and make something that's our own. And so actual day of recording, we're like going across the school. There's like no students. We're just like dancing in the hallways, doing anything we want. And it was just fun. It was just like a good vibe. So it's always a good time.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on it? Sorry, Seth. Sorry.
I was just saying another thing is that, like, I don't know if I'm speaking, I think so, but that it just like makes us proud, you know?
Yes.
Proud to do what we do, and like that we come up with that song, and like everyone's listening to it, and yeah, it makes us feel proud that we can do what we want to do.
Right. What was the feedback on it, Matthew? What was the feedback when you put it out into the universe, guys?
The feedback, it's interesting because our immediate fan base is a lot of our peers, so we get a lot of instant feedback on our material, and it's a super cool kind of reality, especially in a program where a lot of our peers are our target audience.
Right.
And it was very positive. It was very positive. A lot of the times when we release songs, like, they go into like people's workout playlists, or like when people have parties with their friends back home, like obviously not right now, but they go into those playlists, and then and that's kind of how we've been trickling out until now. But yeah, that's kind of how it went.
Well, you know something, when I listen to it, I'm older than you guys. And I'm not out there tracking the bars, which we're going to get back to reality soon. But it makes me feel like we're a bunch of guys getting ready to go out to have some fun. That is a song that you play before you get out and you have some fun. That's what I hear with Wanted, right? Gets you prepped up. On that note, we'll be right back, guys, with CZN. Stay tuned, guys. Guys of Seasons. Heyo! Come on, guys. Hello. All right. That was awesome. But there's one little correction I got to do to our viewers, which I was told by CZN, is that when I introduced the song, it's not wanted, it's want. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See, look at Seth. Get it right, lady. Okay. I am real. So now, why want? I just have to ask that. Why want? Come on now, you're talking to young guys here. Come on. Why want? Why?
I mean, for me, that's it's like, because it's not making it about us. It's making it about the other person. It's saying, like, what do you want? Like, I can do what you need me to do. You know, like, I'm there. You say the word and I'm there.
All right. And why is it important to bring along other girls?
Because I think that's really who it's about.
And we want the whole team to be happy, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so if you got a friend, and we can all do this together, you know what I'm saying?
You got it. Oh my God. You know why I like to keep it real, guys? Is because young people, I look through the eyes of young people, not through my eyes. I look through their eyes. So when they watch you, when they hear your story, they can relate not only to your music, but to your personality and your passion for what you do. On that note, putting this together wasn't easy. So you didn't just jump out there, CJ jumps on there, do the writing and the music. You guys go, okay, man, okay, cool, 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 a mix. What was the reality check to this? Other musicians and people out there are doing what you're doing, but you're the ray of hope for them. So what is it, the ups and downs that you had to deal with? I want you to be real because I'll push the bar.
Like, I don't know if you'll be happy with this answer.
I don't.
But
can I say something?
yeah.
Prospects, be real. Be yourselves. Because young people need to know the reality of it. It's not all smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication, hanging in there, even when things get tough. So let's go.
And that's what I was going to talk about. The reality is like, with these guys, making music is simple. Honestly, like the actual grind and like the work ethic and the time it takes to make something that we all feel proud of is definitely something that requires a lot of focus, and it's definitely nothing to sniff at. But the actual musical ideas and the relatability and the commonality we share within our life experience really help us to make music and like focus on a specific point very quickly. And I think that's kind of one of the magic points of our group. Yeah, but like making music in and of itself is so difficult, that being in the group with these guys just like it takes a load off, if that makes any sense.
All right, I know you did that well, honey. Seth, what's difficult about it? I'm a recording artist myself, and when I had to go into a studio and I had to do take over take over take, when I thought it was okay and someone's in my ear saying, no, do it again. Oh my gosh. Mentally, you had to talk yourself into it. So, Seth?
Yeah, well, a big thing for sure is like we know where we want to be. We want to be on tour. We want to be spreading our music, our message worldwide. And so, but that takes a lot. That doesn't take just talent. It also takes a little bit of luck. It takes like connections. So the reality of that is sometimes hard when you're like, okay, I just want to be on tour, but there's so much to do still. You know, there's so much to go through. And also in terms of being in the studio, yeah, like sometimes I was just recording a pre-hook, like a pre-chorus the other day, and it was like a little bit on my break in my voice, and I had to record it like probably 60 times until I got the right one. And so that's just like, and you know, I'd be like, put down the headphones, like, no, I can't do this right now, you know. But it's that you need that extra little motivator to think about where you could be, and then you put them back on and you just do it. You just have to keep going.
Now, okay, that's a good one. That's a really good one. There's many, many good little facets in here. You put down the headphones, you got to get back on the horse. So you dismount off the horse. You chill out for a bit. How do you refocus yourself mentally? Telling yourself you're recording, you're writing a song, is it all going to be worth it? What keeps you in the game? Because a lot of young people are going to watch the show and apply it to many, many walks within their own journeys.
I mean, for me, I just go back to the message. What's the message of the song? What do I feel? I close my eyes, and that's how I think that's when you know it's going to be the right take, you know, when you're just in that moment with it.
All right. CJ?
Yeah. I guess the reality of this whole situation is that we put in hours, individually on what we do and the certain area that we kind of say like we focus in. We put in hours and then when we come together, I think that's what makes it mesh so well, is the fact that we put in our individual work. So it's like we have covers that we do, and I'll be in the MIDI lab that we have at school, and I'll be mixing like our vocals with the beats that we choose and stuff like that, so that we get like a good balance. And that takes hours on top of the schoolwork that we already do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like yeah, so it does take some time, and there's a lot of like down moments of like, maybe I should get like 2 more hours of sleep instead of sleeping for 4 hours. But you just think like, and then I just think of like the group and the message that we send out, and where we could be in the platform we could have, and it just pushes me through to be like, okay, let's keep doing this work, and it's gonna sound really good at the end, so let's keep going.
Do you ever question yourselves, guys, as entrepreneurs and musicians? Do you ever question yourself, really? Like question yourself and then get back on the horse?
Absolutely. I mean, this industry is pretty cutthroat. Like it's tough. Like it's 1 in a million. So, but we just got to keep going. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew?
Yeah, I'd say that it's interesting because, as I've said a lot, we come up to like the barrier of the question, if that makes any sense. Like we're along on this journey and we come up to this barrier, and it every single time it's the same answer.
Right.
That gets us over the barrier and keeps us going.
That's right.
Makes any sense?
Yeah.
So I would say yes, we question ourselves, but like we're driven, you know, like we're passionate about this, and so it would take something monumental to shake this train. I would have to say.
Who's your mentors? Who kicks you when sometimes you just feel like, oh my God, like come on, man, come on. You don't share it with the group, but you got to self-talk. Who are your mentors behind the scenes?
For me, I would say my mentors for sure. My high school teacher from grade 12.
Yes.
Who was the first person, other than like someone I guess in my age group or in my close circle, to tell me to pursue my passion, and to say like, leave all that noise on the outside. If you really focus on something, go for it and commit to something for the first time in your life. Do that, take that step, and see where you can go, because like when you believe and invest in yourself, you go places you never think you can. So,
Matthew, who's your mentor?
My mentors, I would have to say, there's a woman that I worked with, like 2 summers ago, for the past 2 summers, and she was the producer at this company. I think she was like the executive company producer. Her name is Sarah Denman Wood, and whenever I need a little bit of guidance or a friendly ear, I turn to her, because she has such a down-to-earth energy, and she cares about the things that I really hold dear, like family and community and connection. Like those are really big for me.
Right.
And whenever I feel like I'm discombobulated, I don't know what to do, she's always like, take a breath. What's going on?
Yeah.
Like what can we do? And I really appreciate her.
Awesome. Seth?
Mine has to be my mom.
Hey, mama.
Mama. Yeah, I'm a mama's boy. And that's just because of the relationship she's created, like we've created with each other, is that like we can just tell each other anything and everything, which I think is really important. Yeah. So in terms of music, and she's you know, been playing music with me like literally my whole life. So if I come show her a song, or if I come show her this idea and she doesn't think it's good, she's not gonna lie to me. She's gonna say, no, write that lyric again, or I'm not sure about that melody, or something like that. You know, and not just in music, but in everything.
She's keeping you real, hon.
Mm-hmm.
All your mentors mentors are keeping you real, because we all have dreams, but we're talking about CZN now. You've got a dream. You're making it happen. But what you're doing, you're telling the youth. You're letting them know that to sell out, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
To sell out. Any input? Sell out real fast. How important is it to sell out real fast?
I think it's important. Well, in terms of selling out, don't sell out and stay real to yourself. Because if you sell out, you kind of put a price on your dream and on your passion, and if it comes at the cost of you and your soul, then whatever that price is isn't worth it.
Oh my God. Oh, somebody else is speaking through you guys right now. That was awesome. Oh my God. Anyway, we got to go to break. Guys, stay tuned with CZN. We'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned. And many people do know that CZN are the finalists and the winners of Canada's Got Talent. Well, guys, hello. And I gotta say something. I'm looking, and I'm putting together the segment. I'm like, honestly, did they win? Did they win? And I look through and I go, holy shoot! And I was sending back messages to you, and I felt so bad. I'm saying, oh my God, I felt so bad. So I gotta publicly apologize. But that was amazing, guys. So, come on, man. How do you feel? Come on.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, to hear, like, we were literally on a phone call interview with the Simon Cowell, and
yes.
he had all these different adjectives about how great we were, and he chose us as the clear winners. Yes. Which is just like, it's an honor. It just like, it gave us a lot of, like, a big boost, I think.
Well, was one thing he did say, and Simon is a man of, I'm going to word this really, really right, because I'm going to hashtag him on this, is that you blended so well. He goes, you blended your voices. And that's what I think caught him. It was like the way you sound was amazing. So get some feedback from the group here. Matthew, CJ, come on, it's your time. Let's go.
It was surreal, honestly. Yeah. Like, I remember as a kid watching like American Idol and America's Got Talent and seeing Simon rip people apart, like absolutely no mercy, you know. And now to be on the receiving end of positivity from Simon, I was like, yes. What?
You know? Oh my God. What was the word he always said in his past shows? That was pathetic. That's what he used to say all the time, right? Yeah. I love the guy, but that's what he always used to say. But I think through his message, he's raising the bar for people. He's making them stretch, right? But to say on the positive end, that was nice to receive. CJ, what's your feedback, hon?
Yeah, kind of the same kind of experience. When I told my family there was a chance that Simon Cowell was gonna like judge our video, they were like, "Oh, Simon Cowell, yeah." Like, he's a pretty tough judge. Like, he says what he means, and he doesn't sugarcoat it.
No.
So for him to say what he said about us meant that he really meant it. So it meant that much, like, even more, to be like, okay, he really believes in what's going on here. Like we've been knowing, and we've been doing it because we could feel there's something special happening. But now it's just to another level, because there's a big, like, I don't know, stamp of approval.
No, guys, that's huge. That is huge. Now, let's keep the story on Canada's Got Talent. Um, you were in a lineup of how many other contestants? How many other performers?
Well, for the submissions, there were thousands and thousands across the nation.
Right.
And then they cut it down to the top 10.
Right.
And then from there was an interview of the top 10, and they played they did a little segment, and then Canada voted on the top 3. And so we had everyone voting, and all our family and friends and all the fans, and we had a big campaign going. And then we ended up making it to the top 3, and then we found out that we won, and the next day, and it was crazy.
So who gave you the call? I know that you were down at breakfast television, but who actually gave you the call for you to know that you had won? Who gave you the actual call?
Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell.
He called you.
Well, it was the interview. So our reaction on live TV, which you can see on the breakfast television YouTube and website, that's a natural, authentic reaction. We had no idea.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay, Matthew, you want to say something? Go for it.
No. I was living it.
Come on.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Yeah, we just heard the news and we popped off. we popped off, and we kind of just couldn't stop ourselves from dancing. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, you shouldn't. When you got off the air with Simon and you digested, what went through your heads? Is this real? Is this really happening to us? Like, damn, like, is this really happening to us? Come on, put yourself back in the moment and now share it with the viewers. Give your up-and-coming future performers hope.
Yeah, well, when that was sinking in, it was kind of just like I had like a flash forward to the future, like where we're gonna be. Like I just pictured us on tour, like jumping up and down on stage, like singing all of our own music, and like having a whole team behind us that believes in us. I think that made me smile, and just like I don't even know what to think. Like,
CJ, your thoughts, hon?
Yeah, like the moment after it happened, I was like like that's what was going through my mind. I was like, there's so many people who voted, and like we believed in ourselves for sure. But then like to have all the people behind us being like, yeah, I'm voting for y'all, I'm sending all the support, I'm sending it to friends and family for them to vote for you too. It was just like, this is like a moment coming together of like a community pushing a group of people and something they believe in. And I was just like, let's go, let's keep going. It's only up from here. So let's go.
Back up for a second. You said something before you started to talk. Correct me if I'm wrong. You said believe in yourself?
Yeah.
Why is that important to believe?
Because like in the obstacles that we come through and that will come, and the bigger obstacles that will come, it really takes us at the core to be like, but remember that like we got this. So whatever tries to shake us, we gonna make it through that because we believe in ourselves that much.
Oh my God. You know something? That's a very important word, because I have it in my house, I have it in my office, and we gave it to our son Michael when he went to university. So he took it out of his room and puts it in his room right now, and that's what he focused on. The power of belief. I heard from you, CJ. Matthew, why is it so important? Because I ingrained that in youth's heads. Why?
I think the power of belief is so important because I think actually,
Yes.
there's some words that a friend of ours said are perfect for this, but challenges are only impossible to overcome when one thinks that they are impossible to overcome, but the very moment that you believe that something is achievable, it becomes achievable. And I think that's really what defines life, essentially. Like, you can't do something if you don't believe you can do it.
Yes.
that's just not gonna happen. But as soon as you believe, the chance is there, and you have to work towards it. And as long as you have that spark of belief, you're always gonna have the chance, and you're always going to be able to do it.
Beautifully, beautifully. Everything you're saying, guys, is like, it's like I don't even know what to say. It's like a cup of hot chocolate filled with marshmallows, just sipping it back. Like it's just so smooth and so real. Seth, why is it so important to believe, hon?
Well, I think believing in ourselves and each other leads to happiness, which is the most important thing. So if like all the time we're like second guessing, having second thoughts about decisions we've made, things we do, wanting to change things. But if you just believe that everything's happened for a reason, and if you believe that, if you just truly believe in yourself, that you're here to do what your dream is,
right?
Then you're gonna be happy, and just it puts a smile on your face. Like sometimes I know moments when I'm just like, let's say I'm alone driving in my car, and I just like think about like us making music, and I'm like, wow, like we have people that believe in us,
right?
And that started with us believing in ourselves, and that just like I literally just smile for no one, just for me. Yeah.
That's right. Smile for you. Whose idea was it to go after this competition?
Oh well, I saw it, and I saw it, and I was like, why not? Of course, why not? So we just submitted, and then everything from there just went as it did.
How would the boys' feedback? CJ Matthew, what was your feedback when he brought it to you?
It was like, sure. It's like we want to put our music out there, so why not?
It's one of those things where it's like we've already been working hard, so like if this opportunity lines up with the hard work we've been doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you had the hard work, you had the ethics down, you had you know what it takes to balance. At the time, were you in school at the time when you were doing this?
No.
Kinda. It was COVID.
Yeah, it's just like a weird online trying to finish the end of school because we just transitioned, but we were basically done at that point.
All right, so you were dealing with a shutdown, right? You were doing it online. You had to put out for a major competition. How was that, guys? You couldn't go outside your house. You couldn't hang out because you were literally, how do you have to deal with that?
Yeah, well, a funny thing, the producer for Breakfast Television called me, and she was like, because CJ, we were all split up. I was in Toronto, he was in Oakville, and CJ was in Ottawa, and the producer called me and said, you all need to be together. And I was like, okay, like I know the trains weren't going, the buses weren't going, so how are we gonna get CJ here? So one morning we made the decision, and I got in my car, I drove all the way to Ottawa, picked him up, we went for a little walk, got some Frosties, and then drove on back. It was a 12-hour day of driving, but now we're together, and now we're making music, and I wouldn't have done it. I would have driven another 12 hours. So.
My God. Oh, my God. Perseverance. Why is perseverance so important? Anybody can jump in. I can see you all looking at each other. You talk. No, you talk. No, you talk. Real quick before we go to break. Perseverance. Persevering.
Perseverance reminds me of this little adage that or metaphor that I've been told in my childhood, is that you can't see the forest for the trees.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you just never know. It's like it's the tip of the iceberg. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like you can't see that you're out of a hole
Right.
until you're out of the hole. And that's why belief comes back in. You know, perseverance is the thing that gets you to your dreams. Perseverance is the thing that makes it clear what your principles are, two,
Right.
your priorities are.
On that note, we got to go to break. We'll be right back. Right back, honey. Well said. Stay tuned, guys. CZN will be right back. Welcome back to Prospects with Seasons, you guys. Correction, boy, I'm correcting myself today. Winners of Canadian Families Got Talent. One more time. Hey-oh, come on, guys, come on. All right. Now, we've talked from our heart. We've talked about yourselves meeting up. We've talked about the ups and downs. We've also talked about your winning and talking to Simon Cowell. But now we got another chapter that's evolved throughout our world. And America has gone through a literal uprising on a man that lost his life, George Floyd, and it's taken the cap off on the conversation of racism, indifference. And I know that throughout our pre-interview, we were all talking, and then Matthew talked about entitlement that resonated within our talk. Am I right, Matthew?
Yes.
Okay, so now we have the platform. We were talking about it, and then now you talk way before this even happened. And it's conversation that's talked about within Canada now and everywhere. So as young people, how have you taken this in? And I'm going to ask you individually. I only have 13 minutes to get through this, so I want to capture as much as I can. So I'm going to start with Matthew, and then I'm going to branch out. Matthew.
As a young person,
Yes.
Personally, like this has obviously not been the first time. We hear a lot that this is like the straw that broke the camel's back, honestly, because it's been repeated and repeated and repeated. Same instances of these defenseless people being killed by the police. And I remember in high school, I was sitting here enraged over the whole thing, and I remember losing hope because I would try to talk to people about it, and it seemed like nobody was listening. It seemed like there wasn't room for the conversation. But it really feels different this time. The movement feels like it's gaining traction this time. It feels like this is uncovering so much about every single part of Western society living.
Yes.
And the ways that it affects Black people and other marginalized people.
Yes.
And it brings me so much hope, but it also saddens me that it has gotten to get it has had to get to this point in order to be taken seriously. But right now it's like we just have to keep using our voices is really what it feels like to me, because there is some real hope that it could be different, you know?
So true. My God. Seth.
Yeah, I mean, living with these guys right now it's great to be able to hear what they have to say, and I try to take in as much as I can. And as a white person, I know that I have to just keep making phone calls, sending emails, posting, calling people out and making other people, white people especially, know that this has to end. This has to stop, and we need to get to the authorities. We need to get to the top, and that I know that three of us are going to, at least I know a lot more people, but I know the three of us are going to fight and fight and fight, and that's just, yeah, it's really important. It's got it.
Well, you have me there. You can call upon me any single time. I don't care if it's 2:00 in the morning. You can send me an Instagram. All right. I want to ask you something before I go over to CJ, because I want to give him a platform. Living with two young black men, and I've never had to relate to color, because like Michael Jackson says, I don't want to live my life living a color. I want to know me as me. Michael Jackson always used to say that. He used to go, I don't want to spend my life being a color. I am a person, a human being. And now you're living with two black men collaborating in this beautiful group, Seasons. What was your questions to them when you're talking to them on the shoes that they had to walk in? How did that feel?
Yeah, well, it's just like I wanna offer my support in any way I can, and whatever. Like, I want to hear any stories that they have to tell, because I think that's so important, because I think stories of my people, my race, are what has been at the forefront for a really long time. And I think that's got to take a total flip before we can find some sort of equality, balance. And yeah, we just have to keep striving for that.
You got it, man. You got it. Wow. CJ.
I think it's huge, being young people and all of this happening right now, the whole movement being put to the forefront of everyone's life and reality, because as the youth right now, we're making these changes and we're fighting for this cause for our kids, but also our kids' kids and their kids' kids. And it's going to go so much deeper than just us. And the systemic racism runs so deep in the system, so far before us. And so it feels like we're working together with our ancestors and with the future generations to bring about of a real change and a better world. But I think the biggest thing is like speaking with different generations. So it's like I was talking with my dad about this whole situation, and obviously he's been through so much, and the system has put him through so much, and him being able to look at this whole movement and be like, there's something different about this one. He's like, I think the world is finally ready for a change in terms of these racial problems we've been having, and the equality problems and the equity issues we've been having. And it's to see so many different races come together in this fight.
Yes.
And you see it right here. Like we have Seth right here, and he's passionate about these issues and trying to see right things. So it's like in these protests, in these peaceful protests happening, and you see white people, Asian people, brown people. You see them all, and everyone's in this fight against racism, and that's always what it takes. That's when the change happens, is when we all work together. So to be at a time and place where we're involved in making that happen, and we're using our voices and the talents that we have to be able to help make that change happen, it's a special feeling. It's a lot, so we got to keep checking in on each other, but it's a lot of steps in the right direction.
So well said. Because if we, as the mature generation, don't step up and keep the conversations real and respect, because respect is not earned, it is given, you, the young people, are going to inherit this. And your voices is what you just said, and I don't want to go over it again, is that you need to share your gifts. And through your gifts, what you're doing now through music, is going to wipe this baby right out. And that's what I'm going to keep on saying. I don't want to lose this because I want to get the viewers to know who you are through social media handles. One question on each one in 1 minute, just not even just a couple of seconds. What changes would you like to see? What changes, real quick? I'm going to go with Matthew, real fast. Just give me one change, really fast.
One change I would like to see is I would like to see a world where where it's everybody has a clearer shot to pursuing their dreams.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Seth?
I want to see a world with love. I think love is the answer. I want everyone to love each other, and I want there just to be a message of love throughout every conversation, because that's so important.
All right. CJ?
Education. I want to see education.
Okay.
I want to see communities getting educated in proper ways and in ways that that aren't from an angle of white supremacy, so that all communities can be educated in what they know and where they're from, so that they can share each other's beautiful stories and have pride from where they come from.
Awesome. Why is it so important? Why is the message so important? Anybody can jump in here, guys. Why?
Like our message?
Yeah, why is it so important? Why is it so important to do this? Why? Give me one message.
The message is so important because honesty is the thing that is going to connect us.
Right.
Honesty is the medium through which love and humility and grace can flow through. And music is one of the most honest things that there is. Music doesn't lie. It tells you straight up what it is. And I think that's really our goal is to use music to share our message.
You got it. Now, for everybody to know, we only got a minute and a couple of seconds. How can we find out about CZN? Come on.
To listen to our music, if you go to Spotify, Apple Music, any of the major streaming platforms, it's just CZN in capitals, and it's the art. That's just season. It's the artist. Yeah.
All right. And any other handles?
Yeah. Instagram is _C.Z.N_. And we have a Twitter that's __season__. And then our website, where you can really find everything. Our website leads you to all of our music, our bios, our story, and our handles, and that's seasonmusic.ca.
You got it, guys. Really one quick thing in a couple of seconds, 20 seconds. What's your message to everybody with all this stuff happening? What's your positive message? Really fast, everybody, all together.
We need to stand.
We need love.
Yeah.
Can you sing it out for me? Can you sing it out? Come on, quick, sing it out. Do something real fast. Come on.
Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love.
Love you guys. You're coming back. Love you guys.